Ributol Gelucaps.
This blows my mind. This year, people all across the world will consume over $180 billion worth of supplements, which makes the supplement industry bigger than the global organic food market and the global music industry combined. People commonly take supplements like vitamins, minerals, probiotics, herbal extracts, omega-3s, protein powders, and products for gut, mental, joint, and skin health, driven by goals ranging from basic nutrition to performance enhancement and beauty. With the supplement industry expected to grow to over $300 billion in the near future, my question is, do we even need supplements, or is food enough? The surprising thing about supplements is they are anything but new. The ancient Egyptians used herbal mixtures for healing. Traditional Chinese medicine used things like ginger for digestive health for over 2,000 years, and the ancient Greeks used honey and wine as health tonics. With such a long history of supplement use, surely they must be beneficial. Well, let's find out. To do so, we need to first look at nutrients. So what exactly are nutrients? Well, these are essential compounds that our bodies need for energy, for growth, and for the maintenance of vital bodily functions. They include macronutrients like carbohydrates, proteins, and fats that provide energy, and micronutrients like vitamins and minerals that support various physiological processes such as immune function, bone health, and cellular repair. If you're getting all the nutrients you need, well then there's likely no issue and your health will be fine. But say you aren't getting the nutrients you need, say you have a deficiency. Well, the thing about deficiencies is you only realize you have a deficiency whenever you see a side effect related to that deficiency, if you see a side effect at all. For example, say you're not getting enough protein.
Be it from plants or animals, you will lose muscle and be at risk of bone fractures. If you're not getting enough healthy fats, you may suffer from a hormone imbalance, and if you're not getting enough iron, you may experience tiredness and look pale. And as any dentist will tell you, if you're not getting enough calcium, you will start to experience dental problems.
We all know the saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Well, how exactly? Well, this little apple is more than just a tasty treat to start your day because it's jam-packed full of vitamins, minerals, it's high in dietary fiber, and it contains small amounts of fat and protein. This apple is like a mini lab equipped with the natural antioxidants that help fight disease, and it'll even help to improve your mood.
An apple is an example of a whole food, a food that is minimally processed, free from artificial ingredients or additives. In other words, an organic apple untainted by chemicals or pesticides is as close to its natural state as possible. Other examples of whole foods are nuts, seeds, organic vegetables, eggs, wild fish, and grass-fed beef.
So like the apple, all of these whole foods are nutrient dense, they are rich in essential compounds, and they provide health benefits. Because these foods are natural, it means they have evolved this way, and our bodies in tandem have evolved in order to maximize our ability to extract as much nutrient goodness from them as is possible.
And this leads me to a concept called bioavailability. Let me explain. You see, in whole foods, you find synergistic nutrients, that is, nutrients that are naturally paired with complementary compounds that improve absorption. For instance, fat-soluble vitamins such as vitamins A, D, E, and K are better absorbed when consumed with dietary fats, which are naturally present in foods like nuts and seeds. Whole foods also contain enzymes and phytochemicals that help break down and further enhance nutrient absorption.
The problem is these compounds are often lost during the process of creating supplements. Another amazing thing about whole foods is they provide nutrients in such a way that allows for gradual absorption, which means the body isn't overloaded with nutrients, vitamins, and minerals all at once. And this leads to balanced energy levels, fewer blood sugar spikes, improved satiety, fewer hunger cravings, balanced hormone response, and better digestive health. All of these benefits come as standard with whole foods, but it's a different story with supplements. But that's not the whole story when it comes to whole foods, pun intended. Is it possible that compared to our ancestors, our modern diets are leaving us with nutrient gaps?
Well, yes, because modern farming methods are contributing to less nutrient-dense produce. Intensive agricultural practices focus on maximizing crop yields, often at the expense of soil health. Practices like monocropping, growing the same crop repeatedly on the same land year after year, and heavy reliance on chemical fertilizers deplete essential minerals from the soil, which in turn reduces the nutrient content in crops and your food.
Essentially, modern selective breeding methods prioritize size, appearance, and pest resistance over nutrient density, which means that modern varieties of grains, fruits, and vegetables actually have fewer levels of vitamins, minerals, and nutrients than their wild or organic counterparts. Also, the faster growth rates of these selectively bred modern crops means they have less time to absorb nutrients, which means that the crops may look good from the outside, but they are less nutritious than they were in the past.
One widely cited study on nutrient decline in crops due to modern farming methods is a 2004 study in which the researchers found that between 1950 and 1999, there was a significant decrease in the nutrient content of 43 different crops. For instance, broccoli showed a marked reduction in calcium content. The study attributed these nutrient declines to high-yield varieties and practices that favour rapid growth, which can dilute nutrient levels within the crops.
So the question is, can supplements fill these nutritional gaps? Well, a lot of people seem to think so because the supplement industry is big business. How big? Massive.
By 2030, the supplement industry is expected to be worth over $320 billion. That's up over 100% compared to the $150 billion it was valued at in 2023. The dietary supplement industry supports a substantial workforce globally, with over 2 million jobs in production, sales, research, and distribution. Online supplement sales are also booming globally, especially in the US, China, and Europe. Between 60 and 70% of Europeans and North Americans consume supplements daily, with multivitamins, vitamin D, and omega-3 fish oil being the most commonly used supplements. The demand for herbal and botanical supplements is also rising, especially in North America and Asia, where products like turmeric, ashwagandha, and elderberry are in strong demand. Plus, since the pandemic, there has been an increase in demand for immune-boosting supplements, which has seen the global sales of vitamin C and zinc supplements grow by more than 50% in recent years.
Hey, I got you guys a protein shake.
Awesome, I love protein.
Then there's the global sports nutrition supplement market, which includes protein powders, amino acids, and energy drinks, a market that was valued at $41 billion in 2021 and is expected to grow all the way through to 2030.
So there is clearly enormous demand out there for supplements. But why do people generally use supplements? Well, for a variety of reasons. For convenience, to fill nutritional gaps, to improve energy levels, to improve sports performance, to support immune function, and to address specific nutritional deficiencies. But the problem with supplements arises when you consider two things we spoke about earlier:
nutrient density and bioavailability. You see, while organically farmed whole foods are nutrient dense with a variety of nutrients,
this is just not the case with supplements that often deliver isolated nutrients that fail to benefit from the presence of synergistic or complementary compounds that would help improve absorption and nutrient impact. Let me explain what I mean.
Think of a music band. Each musician, the drummer, guitarist, and vocalist, plays an important role, but it's the combination that makes the music sound magical.
On their own, a drummer or a guitarist can absolutely make a nice sound, but together they can create something much richer.
Similarly, in whole foods, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants work together to create a full performance for your health, amplifying each other's effects.
Supplements, in contrast, are like listening to a solo, still beneficial but not quite the same complete experience.
Take fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K, for example. The absorption of these vitamins is generally more effective from whole foods than from supplements. Whole foods provide these vitamins along with natural fats, fiber, and compounds like phytochemicals that improve their bioavailability. In contrast, supplements lack these accompanying compounds, so they require you to eat dietary fat for better absorption. but are still absorbed less consistently.
Some synthetic vitamins may also differ in structure, thereby reducing their effectiveness.
Vitamin E found in food, for example, absorbs more efficiently than vitamin E found in supplements.
And this leads me to another argument against supplements, the risk of overdose and toxicity. Certain supplements, like the fat-soluble vitamins I just mentioned, and minerals like calcium and iron, can accumulate in the body and lead to potential toxicity and serious health issues when taken in excess. This is very unlikely to happen if you're just consuming a whole foods diet. Another downside of the supplement industry is that, unlike medications in the pharmaceutical sector, it is not as strictly regulated.
In the US, the Dietary Supplement Health and Education Act of 1994 classifies supplements as foods, allowing manufacturers to market their products without FDA approval.
They are responsible for ensuring safety and correct labeling, but the FDA does not evaluate effectiveness before products go to market. As you might imagine, this leads to variability in quality because manufacturers are not required to conduct clinical trials.
In contrast, the European Union has stricter regulations requiring the supplements be reviewed for safety and efficacy before they can be sold.
While these regulations help ensure better quality control, consumers in both markets may still encounter reliability issues in respect of supplement claims. These regulation differences across the world highlight the potential for misinformation and confusion in the supplement market.
This confusion is often made worse by a media hungry for content and eager to publish every sensational and misleading article they can on the latest scientific study promoting the benefits of this supplement or that vitamin, even when it contradicts what they told us about that same vitamin last week.
This can unfortunately lead to people being misguided and making the wrong choices in relation to supplements and in respect of their health. Supplements can also interfere with prescription drugs,
either reducing their effectiveness or increasing the risk of adverse effects. For example, vitamin K can reduce the effectiveness of blood-thinning medications. Taking supplements can lead to a nutrient imbalance. Remember, nutrients often work synergistically. For example, too much calcium without sufficient magnesium and vitamin D can lead to poor bone health and other health issues.
With supplements, there is also the potential to develop a false sense of health security. And to explain what I mean, we need to look at food again.
We spoke earlier about unprocessed whole foods being nutrient dense. So an ideal source of the nutrients, the vitamins and minerals that we need. But in today's world, a lot of people are consuming the opposite of this kind of diet, an ultra-processed food diet. In the US alone, over 60% of daily caloric intake comes from ultra-processed foods. These food-like substances look like food but are very much lacking in nutrients, in vitamins and in minerals while being loaded with sugar, salt and unhealthy fats. When products like this make up a large part of your diet, you are staring at a nutrient void, leading to deficiencies in essential vitamins and minerals, such as vitamin D, calcium, magnesium and iron, which are crucial for maintaining healthy bones, immune function and energy levels. Plus, the high levels of sugars and unhealthy fats increase the risk of chronic diseases such as obesity, type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular issues.
I know what you're thinking. You might say, but I love my pizza and chips. If I take a multivitamin every day, surely that will cover me. In the short term, maybe, but in the long term, no, because there's really no substitute to the nutrient density and the bioavailability of nutrients that you get from consuming a diet full of unprocessed whole foods. Remember, human beings evolved over hundreds of thousands of years, thriving on nature's pantry, not on processed packets of something that masquerades as food. It's important at this point to say that while the unprocessed whole foods diet we've been talking about is the gold standard when it comes to getting the nutrients that you require dietarily, some people still do need supplements. Take folic acid, for example.
It is actually more bioavailable than the natural form of folate, and so it is added to foods which benefits pregnant women who might be at risk of having a deficiency.
Few foods naturally contain high levels of vitamin D, so supplementation can be an effective way of maintaining adequate levels, especially in people with low sun exposure, which is often the case in winter. And for those on a vegetarian or vegan diet, supplementation with vitamin B12 is advised because B12 is normally found in animal products. While there is evidence human beings have had a long history of supplement use, the fact is modern-day supplements can only offer limited bioavailability and reduced nutrient density. Plus, manufacturers of supplements often make unregulated claims about the extent of the effectiveness of their supplements, which are questionable at best and quite often rely on the placebo effect, which is where a customer's expectations of the effectiveness of a supplement can itself fuel a positive outcome rather than any ingredient in the supplement itself. The key takeaway here is that supplements should do as the word says: supplement a healthy, unprocessed, whole foods diet.